Oh, my Lord. All right, we'll give this a shot. Live chat. If you happen to show up, holler at me. I see a thumbs up from someone or a like, but I need to see if chat's working too. Twitch is not working. Okay, now it says 2 people are here. So Twitch, for the life of me, would not start today. I don't know if John's going to show up. And I don't know if I can see chat on my screen while I'm driving. So that's the big schnitzel. Sorry, schnitzel, I said.
Waiting for pairing.
No, don't pair, you stupid thing. There we go. All right. Anyways, guys, I apologize. Those of you that are here for something interesting, you may be sorely disappointed. I am really trying to. There we go. Okay. Thank you for that. Dus Volt 76. I got to see that. It's small, but I could see that chat. So now I know chat's working. So there's 7 of you here on YouTube Live. I could see chat. Now, the question is it going to drop on me as soon as I get in a semi-bad location? We'll have to see. So I have used Twitch several times in the last couple of weeks trying to get that to work, and today it wouldn't start for me. I deleted the app twice, reinstalled the app, and it would not run. And so I gave up and I ran to YouTube Live to try this again. And by the way, I first tried running Twitter Live, and Twitter Live wouldn't even run, wouldn't even connect, wouldn't even start going. So those of you that are like, why not do Twitter Live? It doesn't work for me. And Twitch had been working, but Twitch is deciding not to work. I really, really, really miss Periscope because it was just plug and play. You just go. But that's not an option. Thank you, Twitter. So we're trying YouTube Live again, which would make John very happy, my friend John, because this is the app he wanted to go with. But then again, he's not showing up. So, and only one person has sent a chat message. And now we're going to approach the dead zone. And we'll have to see. But we're up to 10 people now. I have no idea if you can hear what I'm saying. I'm not seeing any chat except for the very first chat message. So if you guys don't talk to me, it's going to get very boring very quick, because until I have acknowledgement that you can actually hear what I'm saying, I really don't feel like talking. So you have to participate. I need someone to participate with me. Thank you for participating. Deuce, do. I don't know. Thank you, Courtney. All right, we'll run with 2 of you saying you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me somewhat clearly, but I'll take that. So we're trying this, but to be honest, I really like Twitch stream, and I'm kind of mad that it's not working for me today. So I still may be doing that as well. I hope you all follow me on Twitter, and that's how you found this. But I really want to find one good streaming app that I can use to talk about Big Brother this summer. And so far, I'm not getting to do while I'm driving. Other than my speakers, which those are fine. Well, no, Twitch actually was clear when it was working, but it wouldn't start. I can't reply to my wife right now. She texted me while I'm driving. I can't reply. So there's a chance my wife's going to turn around and call me now. Then there's that distraction. No, Twitch was actually fairly good when it worked. The problem with Twitch is that I am not joking. I have had to delete the app off my phone and reinstall it every single time I've wanted to do a stream. That's not a very nice solution. And today, it would not start up. The Twitch would start, but as soon as I said go live, it wasn't streaming. The counter would just sit at 0 and not stream. Whereas right now, we're in 5 minutes and 40 seconds into this one. Yeah, and I tweeted at support, at Twitch support. They haven't replied. Which, by the way, if you're going to have an account called support, you really should reply to people. And I could pull especially the people that have a lot of followers card, but I won't. But I think they go, oh shit, he's got, oh, pardon my language. I said this wasn't an adult site. I'm a bit potty mouthed right now, but I would think they would say, oh, look, this person has a lot of followers. Maybe we should make them happy. Because if they're unhappy, they'll be unhappy to a lot of followers. Anyways, that's not why you're here. You're here because Mike said he's going to talk about Big Brother. And I'm saying the same thing I've said in a bunch of other mediums, but I thought I would say it here too. We don't know what's going on with the cast. There are no legitimate rumored cast members. There are no legitimate rumored cast lists. And until I see one from a source that I think is legit, I'm not going to say there's one. And even last year when we got the proposed list that ended up being legit one, I was still super hesitant to share it until I got it from two different people. Two disconnected sources both sent it to me, and I'm like, okay, this is coming from two completely different directions. I think this is legit. And it was indeed the legit cast, but it wasn't ahead of really anybody else. And it only came out like the night before the show. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with the cast. I keep saying, don't even think about getting a cast list until we see a house tour, which we haven't seen yet. Once we get a house tour, then you can start wondering about getting a cast release. But they're not giving us a house tour yet, so why would they even start to tell us who's in the house or going to be in the house? The other thing, oh, wait a minute. Do I think we'll get a house reveal this week? Well, I would think this week. I would think they're going to tease us with a house tour this week. But, it's hard telling. It's a different thing with a live move-in with a new cast as opposed to a cast of alumni / veterans. But I would really expect a house tour sometime this week. Everybody's saying Wednesday, but why Wednesday? Maybe just because it's a week before the premiere. I could see it any day this week. I could see it tomorrow. I do know that Cassie, another Big Brother Twitter account, she's BB Updates or BB Updates, whatever. I can't remember. Whatever her account is. I played a sequester game with her. She noticed that the Hollywood Reporter guy that's been fairly active the last few years put out a tweet about Big Brother 23. It literally just was like hashtag BB23. It's possible that maybe he was doing the interviews yesterday or today. And so that was what is like his little tease. Like he actually did the interviews yesterday or today, and then he'll write them up, and then he'll have them ready to be released whatever day CBS says you can release them. That's my guess about why he did that. It was his little poke and tease at us that, hey, by the way, I'm releasing I'm doing interviews today. That's just a guess on my part. I have no proof of that. So that's my guess there. We also talked about, since I'm just rambling and talking to myself, but I thank you for your questions, Courtney. Someone was asking there was some doubt last week about whether the house guests are actually moving in live. And I said I checked with my sources, and they said that it's definitely a live move-in on next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. But I think, I'm wondering now, because I can see them pulling this, if they actually do the move-in at like noon next Wednesday and record it and play it like it's live, because it'll still be daylight. I guess the only way we might know is if they have them in the backyard and we can tell by the angle of the sun whether it's late or early in the day. But you know what? They turn on lights. There's probably tons of lights. They don't want shadows. So I'd have to go look at last year's move-in to see if there were any shadows in the backyard. But Big Brother isn't one for liking shadows, or TV generally doesn't like shadows. So they might light it up anyway, so there would be no shadows. But that would be my one thought. They could do a fake live move-in by simply recording it that same day. We might figure it out if the house guests later on talk about when they actually moved in. Or even further on down, when a house guest gets out, we could ask them, so when did you actually move in? What time? They might also have absolutely no sense of time. That might be another thing. Oh my, okay. So it still says there's 9 of you here, but only 2 of you have tweeted so far, or tweeted, have commented in chat so far. But at least I know that's working, and it is on the screen. And I got a second thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yay. I don't know, man. I really miss Periscope. I really, 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 really miss Periscope. Those of you that drifted in here late, I think I'll be able to save this when I'm done and you can watch it later. I am not a YouTube Live aficionado, but my name is Mike. My Twitter account is BB Gossip. For those of you that somehow stumble across this outside of the Twitterverse, you can find me on Twitter at BBGOSSIP. The show starts a week from Wednesday. I will not be home when the show starts. I'm getting on an airplane next Monday and I'm flying to the West. But I'm not flying to the Big Brother house, although it would be fun to tease that. I'm going to Las Vegas. So I will be in Las Vegas when the show premieres. That's going to be a twist for me. I have been out of town when the show's premiered in the past. Right, Courtney, I know. Well, I don't think there's been a lack of promotion other than the fact that normally the house guests have, before the All-Stars, the house guests went into the house a week before the feeds. So they would be going into the house like, this Wednesday or Thursday. And so we would have already been getting some feeds hyped up. But they haven't gone in yet. Okay, so since you asked this, dose, I will now answer that question. I'm going to tweet about it in the next day or so. Scott and Colette addressed it on their day drinking podcast last Friday, and I was waiting for them to address it first. Yes. Hi, Aunt. Yes. Bad news for some. So I told Scott this past about a month ago, I said I didn't think I could do Big Brother Gossip this season. I just needed to step back away from the podcast. And so they talked about it and they decided just not to do a podcast this season. So I was not going to be a part of a podcast if they did it this season. And Scott and Colette decided not to do a podcast. So there will not be a Big Brother Gossip show this season. I will continue to do my car casts. I will continue to tweet about Big Brother. I'm not changing anything else other than Saturday nights. I am not going to spend a good portion of the day prepping for a show, and Saturday nights I am not going to sit down for 3 to 4 hours or more doing a live podcast or a live to tape podcast. So that's the bad news that Anthony was just talking about. Um, yeah, it's going to be the first time in, I think, Scott, and I'll take his word for it, I'd have to look it up, in 12 years that I haven't spent 12 to 14 Saturday nights in a row talking about Big Brother. Well, I'm glad. Yes, I will still be doing the car casts. I will still be doing my Spreakers, my podcasts in the morning. And I may do some on the weekends, just like, right. So Big Brother 12 was, yeah. I can never remember. I have to always go back and check and see what was the first season that we did it. But yeah, since that season, we've done a podcast. Scott and I, and Colette joined us our second season. So, I mean, it's been a long, long time. And I, like I said, it just it wasn't getting fun. Um, the prep was getting just a lot of work. I honestly was Scott was doing more of the prep than I would have liked, but I was getting burnt out. And so, yeah, I just said, Scott, I just can't do it this year. And then he and Colette decided not to do it. If you get the day drinking podcast, like Ant does, he already knew about it because they talked about it for about 10 or 15 minutes on Friday. I will say that my reasons weren't quite the same as like Colette cited a lot of reasons, but my reasons weren't the same as Scott and Colette's. Um, yeah, so I'm not talking about wokeness, okay? That's not my reasons are my reasons. My reasons were because of family, because of just the stress. Um, yeah, my mom did pass away in April. That was fine that they shared it, but that was not necessarily a reason. It certainly added to my stress last month, or April. My mom passed away in April, but that wasn't a reason not to do the podcast. That was just added to general life stress. But no, the reason for not doing it is just because of burnout. Um, I'm excited for this season. I want to see what the cast brings. I hope they do what they've said and make the cast more diverse. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know. It was stressful. I miss doing it live. I like the live feedback from the fans, and so I missed that last year that we didn't have live feedback from people. I miss it. Look at me now. I miss the live feedback from you guys right now. I like that. Courtney, I'll still be doing the homework though in reality, because I'll still be keeping up to date, but I definitely won't be going out and helping record that. Yeah, thank you, Maddie. Yep. My mom had been in failing health for the last really 10 years. But anyways, let's not go down that depressing road. We're supposed to be excited as the last person said. I don't know a way to bring back chat, so if I miss it, I miss it. But whoever just commented, yes, let's get excited for Big Brother 23. I'm excited. But Ant, I'll still be doing stuff. You listen to me. You can listen to me on my CarCast in the morning. You can listen to me on here or whichever medium, whether I use Twitch or I use YouTube. I'm trying to find the best way to do this in the afternoons. Um, Bear, I don't know. I speculated on that probably before you arrived, that I'm just not sure when they're going to do it. It could be Wednesday. It could be Thursday. It could be Friday. I don't know. I tell you, the key, the big key is going to be whenever they show us the house. I'm not worried about finding out about the cast until they've shown us the house. As soon as they show us the house, I'm going to go, okay, now where's the cast? But they can show us the house anytime because it's set, it's designed. The house is not going to not be on the show. The cast could change up until the last minute. Yeah, but Ant, you know I tweet about stuff. I tweet about what's going on in the house too. I usually tweet almost every day or every couple of days. You know who's nominated, who's going up. I realize I don't do it to the detail that Dingo does, but I do keep up on what's going on. And I don't know, maybe um, without the podcast, maybe Scott will occasionally um, write something for BigBrotherGossip.com, and I might write something for BigBrotherGossip.com where we kind of express our thoughts a little bit. Hi there, whoever said that. This YouTube live is not as good for watching chat, so it only appears for a second. But then again, this kept you all the way through. Right, I saw that the Love Island cast reveal was tomorrow. Yeah, and maybe that's it. Maybe they're waiting for that to blow over a little bit before they dump the Big Brother cast on us. I don't know. So those of you that popped in here late, I'm going to be signing off on this soon because I'm almost home. You can go back and watch. There wasn't a whole lot here. It was basically me complaining about Twitch and Periscope and Twitter and etc. But somebody did ask, and I did reply. Those of you that pop in here later, and it is addressed. There is not a Big Brother gossip show. We aren't doing a podcast this season. Yeah, that's where we kind of fell into. But I may get more into. I don't hold me to it, but I may get into more posting about the show. It's just, I'll be honest with you, Ant, it's a pain in the ass to type. I hate typing. It takes a long time to write. It's easier for me just to say it in words. No, I'm not going to lose the website. I pay for that. And I pay dearly for the websites. Trust me, that comes out of my pocket. It's not free. Um, it's I pay for the domain, so yeah, I don't like typing on an iPhone either, so I would type on the computer. We'll have to see. Anyways, for reasons that were explained a few minutes ago, I told Scott I didn't want to do the podcast. I was burned out. I needed a break um, from the podcast, not from Big Brother. Right, that's what I said, David. We just finished talking about it. Scott and Colette. Okay, I'll do this one more time, but this is going to be a repeat for people that are watching this at home. I told Scott about a month ago that I just didn't have it in me to do the podcast again this summer. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it, and Scott was given. I said to Scott, if you guys want to do it, go. It's Scott's baby, really. Scott's podcast is his. Scott's the one who came up with the idea for a podcast. Yes, there is always that chance yet about burnout. So Scott's the one who came up with the idea for a podcast. I came along for the ride. Colette came on in our second year. We've been doing it for like 12 years. And I just said I just couldn't. 12 years plus, remember, multiple seasons with celebrity and over the top and stuff. So we've done multiple seasons where I think we're at 14 or 15, I don't know, seasons of it. But I just said I didn't have it in me anymore. Then Scott and Colette talked about it, and they decided that they didn't want to do it either. That's their choice. Barry, yes, I've watched every single freaking season of Big Brother and podcast about them for the last 12 years and had a website dedicated to them really for every season if you count my times as a moderator at TV Clubhouse. So, yeah, I've been involved with Big Brother since the very beginning of the US version. Um, so, anyways, I am almost home. This one went well too, so I don't know. I'll try Twitch again. But those of you that follow me on Twitter, it is BBGOSSIP. I tweet about Big Brother. I'm trying to live stream about Big Brother, but I used to use Periscope all the time, and they took it away from us. And so I'm still trying to find out what works best. I appreciate it, David. But yeah, that's, like I said, I didn't say don't do the podcast anymore. I just said I can't do it. I needed a break. And so that's where we're at. And I miss doing it live. So, and we didn't do it live last year either. All right. Yeah, I know. Twitter took Periscope away, and they bought it and then they got rid of it. So annoying. And Twitter Live does not work. I tried launching Twitter Live 3 times today before I went with, and then I tried Twitch, and Twitch didn't work, and so I ended up here on YouTube Live, which this is the best YouTube Live has worked. So I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. But the fact that this worked today means maybe I go back to Twitter Live. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Just be willing to jump into whatever one I use. I mean, I used Meerkat for a very brief time before I went to Periscope. So I thought Meerkat was going to be the cool thing. Okay, guys, I am literally pulling into my driveway. I haven't tried Instagram because I don't post pictures on a regular basis. But maybe I should try Instagram. Can you do landscape mode at Instagram? I don't know. I do have a Big Brother Gossip account for Instagram. Maybe I should try that. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I'll give that a try tomorrow. Thank you, and thank you for hanging with me the whole way. I appreciate it, guys. I am going to sign off now. Those of you, again, who hung with me, appreciate it. Thanks for being there. I will talk to you soon. And by the way, those of you that, well, no, I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube for promoting something because I had to tick a box that I wasn't promoting anything. So I will not promote anything. And yes, Maddie, the podcast did become a second job in some ways. Yes, and the fake cast lists are just kind of crazy. Although I'm going to make one up tonight and send it out, so be prepared for my list. I will. Little spoiler alert, Ant. I was going to do all house guests that would never be on again. So I was thinking about doing like Will and Mike Boogie and Justin, all the guys. I thought about doing Kent, but I thought that might be a bit more morbid. That might get some thumbs down. It would be done in a joke, but maybe I shouldn't joke because Kent, by the way, passed away like a year ago or so. So I wasn't meaning it in a mean way. And Victoria, oh, I would have. Thank you, Courtney. You're right. Yeah, I could say I'm hearing now that it's All Stars. Yeah, I know Kent's dead, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'll do Kent, but I think Victoria's a good one. I think I will do a just cast that you'll never see back and just post that. Yes, and Cassandra. Oh, that's right, Veronica. Thank you, Aunt. God, what did I say? I said Victoria. Who's Victoria? Okay, I got to go, guys. Thanks for hanging. We'll talk to you later if I can figure out how to end this damn thing. Bye. It's not there. Okay, I'm going to tap here now. Yes, I'm going to stop streaming. Goodbye.